I got a little bit too confident on the Caio Machado side last time around and included him in the Locky two-step, and that ultimately forced us to rip up that ticket and the Locky two-step. Even though Mahashate went out there, got the dub. Even though Earl Schmedic went out there, got the dub. It was Caio Machado that forced us to rip up our tickets again. Bad play on my part, especially going up against such an experienced fighter like Dontel Mays. I really thought Machado had what it took to get to that next level, especially against a guy as inconsistent as Dontel Mays. But we're back on the horse this weekend for UFC 301, and I got another Locky two-step and Locky Trinity free parlay for you guys. A reminder that I dropped this to the Patreon folks first and foremost on Monday evenings, so they're able to lock in a much better number by the time that you guys are able to lock it in for the public on Fridays. You'll see the clear difference here in the odds. This one is a little bit chalkier than past parlays that I've had, but there are certain spots here that I feel like are easy hits that we should take advantage and try to take advantage of, being able to parlay those guys and cash those tickets. So a little bit chalkier than we're used to, but I'm going for dubs here, and I feel like we're going to be able to get it in this spot. Again, earlier this week, way better odds than what we're getting today, but I'm still going to drop it to you guys. So let's kick it right off. The first step in the Locky two-step is going to be Mick Tyback Arlby as he goes up against Elvis Brener. It's been a bit of a Cinderella story for Brener as he's pulled off two big upsets during his three-fight winning streak inside the UFC, upsetting guys like Guram Kutateladze and Zabera Tuhugov. But I think he's up against it here, and the Kyrgyzstani fighter Arlby, who should be able to put him through the grinder with his grapple-heavy approach, with his high-level cardio, and his ability to finish opponents in deep waters. I think Brener normally showcases a high-pressure, high-output style, but that's going to be muzzled here by Arlby as he keeps him on the defensive for the majority of this fight, and then eventually opens up an opportunity for him to go up there and either find a submission or a TKO in the second or third round. The second step in the Locky two-step is going to be Mr. Caio Borralho, who has a very easy matchup ahead of him, in my opinion, as he takes on Paul Craig, who has been very beatable, especially if he's unable to get his jiu-jitsu game going. Now with Borralho, we've seen him go out there and outstrike very solid fighters like Mahmoud Muradov, I believe was his last opponent, and then eventually look to take the fight to the ground and do some good work from that top position. So I think we'll see him use his grappling defensively here to force Paul Craig to stand, and that will open up plenty of opportunities for Borralho to land big shots, either knock him out early or eventually wear on him, drag him to the ground, and then eventually finish him from the top position later on in this matchup. But I think Borralho has the easiest matchup this weekend. Again, Craig is dangerous, but Borralho is too intelligent and too skilled to get caught in anything that Craig will be throwing up his way. So again, a little bit chalky here. Earlier this week, I was able to lock in that parlay at minus 150. And as of right now on Pinnacle, which is where I actually locked this parlay in, you can get it at minus 170. So about 20 cents worse here. But I feel pretty good about both of these spots going out there and getting the dubs in their respective fights. Now, to complete the Locky Trinity, we can throw in Mr. Michel Pereira as he takes on Ihor Potieria, who was successful in his middleweight debut earlier this year as he took on Robert Burchek and won that fight by decision. But he's taking on a much more dangerous Michel Pereira and a very confident Michel Pereira, who's on a, I believe, 8-fight winning streak, 3 of those coming inside the middleweight division, and he's very much harnessed that power that he's been so dangerous with throughout his career and done a great job in terms of staying patient and disciplined and then corking those big shots at perfect moments to either get the finish or to go on and win decisions against his opponents. I expect him to showcase that once again here against Potieria, and I think that will eventually open up a finishing opportunity for him to go out there and finish the Ukrainian fighter. Give me Michel Pereira to cash our Locky Trinity. So earlier this week when I dropped it for the Lock of the Night Patreon folks, they were able to get near plus money, minus 102, almost plus 100, almost that plus money. But regardless, minus 102, I'm happy with that line, especially considering how lopsided 3 of these matchups I expect them to be. Obviously, the Borralho and Pereira legs way more lopsided than the Arlby fight, but I still believe that it's something that Arlby will be successful in cashing us. So now, like I said, earlier this week, minus 102, now minus 118, 16 cents worse, right? It's a bit of a tough sell on a 3-leg parlay there, but I feel like these 3 spots are the safest spot on money line spots on the entire card. Hopefully we're able to cash that and we can come back next week and gloat about getting this dub. So there you guys go. Locky Trinity, Locky two-step. I'll see you guys later today for the 3 best prop bets for UFC 301. Peace.